The BBEG is dead, but it doesn't feel right. The final boss was just a stat block with a monologue. Hey everyone, I'm Zaklis, a D&D Dungeon Master and World Builder. We've built the world, we defined the conflict and the scale, we set up NPCs, factions, main and side plots. Now it's time for the adversary. Not just a boss fight, not just a stat block, the thing that justifies the entire campaign. If your BBEG isn't tied to everything else, and it's just a boss fight at the end of a long hallway. Let's fix that. The BBEG isn't the finale, they're the engine. They move factions and people, they reshape places, they justify quests. If your conflict is order versus chaos, your villain must represent one side with conviction. If the campaign is about decay, corruption, control, freedom, faith, whatever it is, the BBEG is the walking thesis statement. They are the pressure behind the story. You don't need 12 pages of tragic backstory. You need 4 things: goal, belief, method, and weakness. What do they want? Be specific. Power is lazy. Unifying all the fractured kingdoms under one banner and one doctrine, that's strong. Why do they think they're right? This is what makes them dangerous. A villain who thinks they're evil is boring. A villain who thinks they're necessary is terrifying. How do they pursue their goal? Manipulation, open war, economical pressure, religious reform. The method determines your encounters. Where do they crack? Is there an ideological blind spot, emotional attachment, overconfidence? This lets you build pressure before the end. These 4 define narrative complexity without turning you into a novelist. Not every BBEG needs the same spotlight. You need to decide what role the villain is going to play in the campaign. Architects are schemers. They move pieces. They thrive in political or intrigue-heavy campaigns. Avatars embody a force, a plague, a god, a collapsing system. They work in mythic or large-scale campaigns. Reflections are personal. Former mentor, corrupted sibling, fallen hero. These hit hard in PC-driven campaigns. Catalysts don't plan, they destabilize. They burn down systems and let chaos decide what survives. Each type dictates structure. An architect needs time. An avatar needs scale. A reflection needs emotional buildup. A catalyst needs consequences. Pick wrong and the campaign structure starts fighting you. Do not spawn your villain in a vacuum. Tie them to a faction, a faith, a relic, or an event. Their existence should explain why certain side plots exist, why certain regions are unstable, why certain factions behave the way they do. If pulling major threads in the world never intersects with them, they aren't central. A campaign villain should not appear fully formed. Build influence in stages. The party hears rumors. They see consequences. They face agents, and only then they encounter the villain. This keeps tension rising without breaking Ward's logic. The villain feels present long before they are visible. Presence beats surprise. If you want the villain to hit harder, let them embody a twisted version of something the party believes in. If the paladin believes in justice, what does twisted justice look like? If the wizard seeks knowledge, what happens if knowledge has no restraint? Same value, different conclusion. The final confrontation stops being tactical and becomes personal. Sometimes the villain dies mid-campaign. That's fine. It means you didn't give them plot armor. Good. But their ideology followers, and consequences should live on. If killing them solves everything instantly, they were just a monster to be hunted, not a campaign adversary. A campaign level BBEG isn't just evil. They move the world, reflect players, escalate logically, and survive even in death. If they don't, they're just a boss fight. So next time you design a villain, don't start with the evil laugh or the stat block. Start with the pressure they put on the world. We're almost done with the campaign design. Only 2 pieces left, and the last one is the one that most DMs ignore until the campaigns start drifting. Stick around.